What's going on, Halo fans? Luke the Notable here. In this video, we're going to answer the question, what if Atriox was in Halo 5 Warzone mode? I've had a lot of suggestions for you guys for different weapons and stuff to talk about in this series, and one of the most popular is the Brute Shot. But instead of just talking about the Brute Shot, I think it'd be a little bit more interesting to talk and see what would happen if Atriox himself with a bunch of other Brute stuff came into Halo 5. In the video where I answered what if Master Chief was in Halo 5 Warzone, I talked a little bit about the possibility of a Master Chief themed update into Halo 5 Warzone, not only bringing back the Master Chief as a Warzone boss, but also bringing in extra weapons that could be used by him. I don't think it's too outlandish to think that there should be an Atriox themed Halo 5 update. I was hoping that there was going to be an Atriox themed Halo 5 update when Halo Wars 2 first came out. It made sense to bring the Banished into Warzone. If we look at the lore, the UNSC did know about the Banished. Because of this, we would know about Atriox, and we would know about all of the different variants of the different Covenant vehicles and weapons that they use. We would probably also know about Decimus and the Shipmaster and all of those other things too. And it would make sense to have Spartans trained to fight Atriox in the Warzone. Maybe Spartan Red Team wouldn't have gotten their asses handed to them had they trained in the Warzone prior to fighting Atriox. Obviously, I know that Red Team could have never gotten into the Warzone because they don't have that tech yet, but if they did, then maybe they would have won. So there's nothing in the lore that prevents Atriox from being in Halo 5 Warzone. There's no loopholes that I had to go through. The UNSC would know of his existence, and he could be put in. There is also a shockingly low amount of Brute stuff in Halo 5. There's plenty of Covenant, there's plenty of Prometheans, but almost none of it is Brute. I mean, it kind of makes sense. In the Halo 5 campaign, we don't actually fight any of the Brutes, so 343 would have never made the models for those guns. But that doesn't mean that the Brutes don't deserve a place in Warzone. The Brutes have their own techniques and their own way of fighting, and it would mix it up a little bit. Elites will hold their ground when threatened, but Brutes will go berserk and charge you, which could bring some new dynamics to Halo 5 Warzone. It would also bring a lot more weapons into the sandbox. Just think about it. The Spike Grenade, the Incendiary Grenade, the Brute Shot, the Mauler, the Spiker, all of these Brute weapons have no place in Halo 5. And they deserve to be. The Brutes have had a huge play in the Halo series, and it is kind of sad to see that they don't have any place in Halo 5. I'd be incredibly excited to see variants of the Brute weapons. Maybe a Brute Shot that shoots multiple rounds out of it like the Scourge of Fire Plasma Caster. Maybe a Spiker that can super combine like the Needler. And think of all the things that are already in Halo 5 that could be upgraded to be banished. We already have Sword Ghosts, Sword Banshees, those kind of things, but we could introduce Banished Ghosts and Banished Banshees. Oh, Banished Banshees is really hard to say. Say that 5 times fast. Maybe the banished variants of vehicles that are already in the game could have a little bit lower health because the architecture does kind of look like they're kind of thrown together haphazardly. But maybe they have insanely high damage like the Ultra variants. That's just an idea for me. I'm not a game developer, but that's how I would do it. With a massive Brute themed update, we could also bring in new vehicles like the Chopper. It was one of the most fun vehicles to drive in Halo 3. I really enjoyed driving this thing around. I also love slamming into other vehicles for an instant kill. And I think one of the coolest additions would be another gravity hammer called the Chainbreaker. The Chainbreaker is actually the name of Atriox's gravity mace. Now, I don't know if you would want to make it look like a gravity hammer for the ease of it, or if you would want to make it look like its own thing, but I think it'd be really cool to have this into the game. I think it'd be insanely cool to kill Atriox as a Warzone boss and then pick up the Chainbreaker energy mace off of his dead body. You could also maybe have a Warzone boss as a Phantom. It'd be kind of cool to have the Shipmaster in a Phantom and have that be a Warzone boss. I know generally I go into much more detail when I do these sort of videos, but there's just so much that was introduced in Halo Wars 2 that could be in Halo 5 that I have to do at rapid fire. You could literally pick anything from Halo Wars 2, Jackrabbits, Locusts, Cyclopses, anything like that, put it into Halo 5 and it would be fun to use. And Halo Wars 2 did not sell as well as Halo 5, obviously. Halo has always been about FPS, and Halo Wars being RTS style games have never sold as well. With the new update coming out, Awakening the Nightmare, it's important for 343 to market Halo Wars 2 a little bit more, and they could use Halo 5 as a way to market their game. There are a ton of Halo 5 players that don't have Halo Wars 2, and if 343 releases a really awesome Banished themed Halo Wars 2 Halo 5 update, oh, that's a mouthful, then maybe Halo 5 players who have never tried Halo Wars 2 will see the amazing architecture and style of the Banished and want to go try out Halo Wars 2 for themselves. A massive Banished themed update could be just what not only Halo 5 but also Halo Wars 2 needs to get a little boost in population and help Halo stay afloat in this kind of drought. We probably won't see another main Halo game until 2018 when Halo 6 releases, and we're not even entirely sure that that's going to happen in 2018. It'd be good to get one more giant Brute update that would really complete Halo 5 and also give a good amount of content to Halo Wars 2. Halo 5 is due for some new maps, new weapons, and new aesthetics, and I think the brutes are one of the best ways to bring them in. It would be a lot of work on 343's part, but I think the community would really rally around it, and it would be a great update to bring back to Halo 5 and Halo Wars 2. I do want to hear what you guys have to say. Go down to the comments and tell me what kind of brute aesthetics and brute weapons and everything that you want to see into the game. On top of all of this other stuff, I'd love to see some brute themed armor. It'd be kind of cool to get a Spartan armor set that's made to look like a brute chieftain's armor set. We already have Helios Grill, which is made after the Arbiter's armor. It would make pretty good sense to have a chieftain armor variant. I'd also love to see a brute variant sniper rifle. We don't have any evidence of brute variant sniper rifles in any of the Halo games. I've always imagined the brutes to have a sniper rifle with a really old looking bolt action style. A big gritty sniper rifle that does tons of damage like the Nornfang. But I'm sure you guys have even cooler ideas than I have. If you liked this video and want to learn more about Halo, one of the easiest ways is with Audible. Audible is a service from Amazon that offers a massive amount of audiobooks to its subscribers, and Audible is currently offering a 30-day audiobook service. You'll get access to 2 free audiobooks, and yes, all of the Halo novels are on audiobook and available right now. I personally like listening to these audiobooks while online playing some Halo, and of course you can cancel anytime. If you're interested in learning all about the Fall of Reach or a resident expert on what the ladies like, go down to the link in the description and to sign up for your absolutely free 30-day trial of Audible. And if this offer didn't already sound like the most notable thing you've ever heard, the 2 books you get with the trial are yours to keep forever, even if you cancel. So click on that link down in the video description to get your 2 free audiobooks with Audible completely risk-free. I want to thank you all for watching. Please stay notable, and I will see you in the next video.